Hi. Locations in many instances have the potential to make or break your movie. Wherever you are in the world, you're going to live near something unique to you and your situation. So consider this at script stage. It doesn't matter if it's futuristic like Blade Runner or beautiful like the beach. A location has to be as important as a lead character in your film. You need to look no further than the Bond franchise to understand how well locations sell. But again, they could be grim, foreboding landscapes as much as pristine, beautiful ones. It all depends on the story you're wanting to tell and what you know you can gain safe access to. The moment you consider anywhere in terms of story, your producer needs to start looking into how they can make it happen. Most times it's simply a case of making the right call to the right person, sending an email to get a yes or a no. Usually it'll be available for a price. It then becomes about whether it's a price you can readily afford or whether it's a price that can be negotiated. Never forget the power of a credit in a movie. Perhaps less powerful than it used to be, but as your production gains momentum and more people come on board, your project is going to sound more viable to those people you're already reaching out to cold. So maybe this means getting some other aspects sorted out first, like cast or other locations where you know you have an in before going for the more difficult, larger asks, requiring more risky cold calls. The more you can reel off in terms of things already nailed down, the better it's all going to sound. They need to feel confident they aren't getting ripped off, being taken for a ride, or leaving themselves open to ridicule or a lawsuit. So again, mentioning the fact that the movie is fully insured, that X or Y is already involved, that you aren't lying when you say you have no money, etc., are going to take you a lot further than if you don't already have things lined up. Maybe you've already sorted something out with the local council. Maybe someone's related to someone well known in the community and they're appraised with the project and will also sell you in good light. Work these steps out beforehand so you don't make those riskier calls until a fair amount is already in place. It'll always be harder trying to turn the previous no into a yes. It's far better that you come prepared and turn a "I'm not sure, tell me more" into a yes. But again, be aware of the logistics. Asif Kapadia, when working on The Warrior, took his cast and crew days up into the mountains, but wasn't allowed to film where he initially wanted due to religious reasons, places being sacred and therefore not for filming. He obviously stayed malleable and got what he needed elsewhere, but just the physical punishment of getting to these places was bad enough. It was incredibly hot, miles from anywhere, and they couldn't get up there using vehicular transport. If you want to film at the top of a fantastic volcano that's going to look simply epic, then legislate for the fact that it's the top of a volcano and all that entails in terms of logistics. Do not be unrealistic. Keep a handle on the human angle, what you're going to need to get up there and then bring it back at the end of the day. How many hours are you realistically going to get to shoot up there, and is it enough? When's the next eruption due? You need to consider things like tides, when they're out or in for access to locations, or beach shoots themselves. You need to think about the time of year in terms of sunrise and sunset. Everything is sortable, work-outable, that your director has done their homework in terms of the number of shots they'll need and so the time that it'll all take. Planning is everything when locations are concerned. Get that right and your shoot will run so much more smoothly as a result. If it's going to take 3 days, then say it's going to take 3 days. Don't say you can do it in 2 and rush things, kill the actors and crew, and then leave a nasty taste in everyone's mouth when you overrun. Say 3, then if you get it done in 2, it's smiles all round. Conversely, if the action needed can get done in 2 with a little rewrite, without losing anything crucial, without crushing the soul out of the movie, throwing the baby out with the bathwater, then really consider that. Again, it'll come down to the individual situation. Everything needs to be considered on its own merit, on an individual basis. But I'd think very hard about scrapping a great atmospheric location to replace it with your backyard if the location really does bring something special, something extra, contribute something to the film as a whole. Do your level best to get good locations.